Okay.
The
press F5.
table?
We're recording.
I need to be in front of the table though, Lance.
Well, that's a you problem.
Can you make the table longer?
I mean, if you want.
I mean, we can make things longer, just not the table.
Oh.
This in session, sure.
Sit in your chair.
So should the prosecution give their opening?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we alternating?
One second, I need to add one more thing.
Most likely, Gary.
Baker, do you want to start this off, or should I?
I think you can, and I'll elaborate.
All right, cool.
I have one question before we start.
Yes,
Are
Gary?
we gonna alternate with where he shows a witness, I show a witness,
Sure,
or
why
is it
not?
just gonna be?
It's up to the judge,
Alright.
but yeah, I think it's fine.
All right.
All right, once Mr. Baker is ready, we the
I'll elaborate
prosecution.
on the very last one.
All right, right after that. May I go ahead?
Yep.
All right. The prosecution stands here today in this courtroom to sue the Wolfpack admin Lance for three main purposes.
Four.
This is all centered around admin abuse. We've seen the people that Lance F6s, Lance goes into God, and Lance has threatened, and according to witnesses, possibly has planted charges all around each faction's base. And therefore he uses admin powers for extortion. Also, civilians leave because Lance chooses to do these actions constantly on the server that drive away the main population. And Mr. Baker will elaborate on the opening.
So, the reason why I feel like he should be unadmin is because, like you said, I do have screenshots of players saying they've been KOS'd during the whole skirmish that happened in the 20th of July around there. And then I also have screenshots of multiple events that happened a while ago that happened, same kind of skirmish, except for it broke many rules. And then I have also, I have a testimony from one of my soldiers who used to be in Wolfpack saying that he was in Vanish a lot of the time,
Is it ARC?
multiple times. Cannot say that yet, unless you would like me to. You can ask him later. Yeah.
And just to make one more point, the people are looking for the unadminship of Lance as a result from Your Honor, but that is up to the judge to decide the final verdict. This is all we stand for. Thank you.
My turn.
I'll go.
Yeah.
All right. So I was prepared to talk about. I thought we were just talking about more specifically the prison raid, but okay. My client Lance was accused of offline raiding and admin abuse. Upon checking with server owner Bob, I learned the logs were too old to be checked, which means there is no hard evidence aside from screenshots and witness testimonies. And based What?
Is Karran one of those free ones?
No, continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Continue, please.
And based on the testimonies I gathered, my client was innocent on both accounts. First of all, we have the accusation that my client and his faction Wolfpack began their raid when they were offline and are AFK. Again, I'm going off base. I made this based off of what Karran told me last time I asked him what the charges were. So anyway, can I call my first witness?
Yeah, go ahead.
First witness was going to be Art.
Point of parliamentary inquiry. One sec to the judge. Once the witness is called up, can Gorari question and then can the prosecution question right after that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Witness was Ark, but he couldn't be here today. So,
May the prosecution provide testimony to the two judges? Or Bob, the judge?
wait,
I'm a cop, mate.
I still had testimony from my
You might cut out probably.
Rip.
say it.
So,
So, my witness said he was, and I quote, first off, I asked him, the raid began, and he said, "In the prison, me and Fighter escorted him to the prison and checked on base. I stayed with Mark, and Fighter went somewhere else." And also, I can copy and paste his original message if anyone wants to see it. Otherwise, I believe that this obviously confirms, at the very least, when the attack began, so it wasn't an offline raid. And who he killed during the raid. And he said, "I didn't kill anyone. I had just been killed a few minutes before." I think he made a typo because he said, "A few minutes before, do I only had my gear." I think Nick saved the day. So as I said before, I have proven at least Ark was there at the beginning of the raid, meaning TFD wasn't offline, they were actually present there. And that puts an end. Client is the owner, or the leader of Wolfpack. Or at least the admin for it. I don't even know what's going on with him with Wolfpack anymore. But I do know that they are a military mercenary type faction, and they were hired to break out Mark. And so I ask you, according to RP, either in RP or in real life, if you were hired to break somebody out on a covert operation of a prison, would you really tell the prison guards that you were going to go do that? You can do that and have fun getting arrested.
But
So
This is in real life.
if I may, the prosecution is standing here also on the admin abuse charges. That is our main focus here. So if the defense... Boy.
The bailiff has a question.
Oh, go, please.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that if Wolfpack was hired to break Mark out of prison, it was probably by Karran. So I don't think that they can really persecute.
Hey, that is attorney-client privilege.
Hey,
I'm
that's a
pretty
So-
sure you're the ones that hired the mercenaries, so you can't persecute them for that.
However, we're not prosecuting for them. We're
Yeah.
prosecuting on the
We
admin
have
abuse
no
charge.
intent to use any evidence from prison.
Exactly.
That's
So
not
if
what
the
we're focusing on.
So we're waiting for the defense to get to the admin abuse part.
I'm gonna get to that.
God.
I have a whole speech. So, now I think that this charge is more of a debate about the rules and what determines what is against or for RP. And I'm certain that we all could make strong arguments because everybody here is more or less a smart person. So moving on, Your Majesty, I'm sure you noticed that Ark said that Lance died due to his own explosion, as in death, and people in God mode can't die. So, would the prosecution like to bring up their first witness before I address the admin?
Sure.
Um,
Mr. Baker, go ahead.
Alright, well, I'm gonna message Kiwi real quick because he said that for me to message him when he's ready.
What are you gonna do? Is he just gonna join the server or join
He's gonna-
the
He's going to send testimony.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Your Honor, can I send you Ark's testimony?
And has he gotten all the evidence?
I don't, Mr. Baker, you have most of the evidence on that part.
Alright, I will send it to him right now.
Smoke weed every day.
No, thank you. Do you need to be arrested by it?
Hey,
Your Honor, I'll also send you Ark's testimony that he gave me. Posterity's sake.
Oh.
What? Somebody booting up a computer from the 90s or something?
No, I accidentally unplugged
so,
it.
Your Honor, should we do those advertisements? Because I believe we have some time to pass.
I have
Oh,
one.
God.
We do.
I was asked to not
Awesome.
do the advertisements, but
Hey, I didn't ask. I didn't ask. I mean,
Mark, I got a nav.
Your Honor, here's the testimony. This also relates to the F6 charge, in which this is a constant problem we faced, and we'll elaborate.
Send the screenshots to Bob. I'm not.
I did.
Hey, I sent it both to you.
Oh, God.
Oh. Okay, I'll take those
Okay.
too. God, these are some good pita chips. Holy crap. Perfectly toasted.
Are they from Costco?
No, they're from Safe.
Safeway's got decent stuff.
Hey Sig, could you contact Kiwi for me? I messaged him.
To also elaborate on a point, can the prosecution ask the defense attorney a question?
Sure.
Right ahead.
Do you believe, Garrett Green, that F6 is an understandable grounds for admin abuse and therefore the unadminship of Lance?
Well,
Can I have a yes or no, please?
I was going to get to this later.
Can I ask a question about this evidence that I've been sent?
Yes.
By whom?
Why was Wolfie admin?
Admin. That
all,
was,
all the more,
so
all the more,
some
Your
of these-
Honor.
Some of
All
these
the more.
screenshots are from last time I was on, so I think that was last summer. It was yeah, it was last summer. It was quite a while ago, and it was the same incident with Wolfpack that we're having here. It was when you were gone, and when shit started breaking loose. It happened when it all started from when I was in Summerbush town, and Wolfpack was also in there. And Mr. J felt like he was getting discriminated, so or one of my soldiers felt like they were getting discriminated. So I went over there and I hired, and they told me they were starting to antagonize me, and so I told them, shoot at me once and you're dead. So they shot at me with their hind as they were taking off, and so I chased them in my hind. I ended up shooting them down, and my hind was at low health, so I jumped out of it and pulled out parachute. And then I then went out on the ground. We had a PvP battle with guns, of course, and I was not in God. They killed me after I killed all of them except for
Mr.
Lance.
Baker, is this from last year?
Yes.
Isn't that-
Objection. My
It has a
client
date
wasn't
on it.
even admin during this time.
Pretty sure he
I
was.
would like to double check. Are you talking about summer?
Excuse me,
when
Garrett,
you
do you have
said-
any evidence to oppose or back up that objection?
It's from
Oh.
earlier this. It was like at the beginning of summer.
Oh, okay.
No, not this summer. It was definitely not summer.
Well then,
Last summer?
Oh.
why is it? Why is
Yeah,
it?
this wasn't even from my server.
Wait, so then why are we
I
talking?
uploaded it.
Oh my god.
And also, I would like to ask the prosecution, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
You went to Summerbush Town. Did you?
Yes.
What did you mean by? You mean the very original Summerbush Town built back in?
We had like
No,
53.
It was the one built where BRC base it currently is.
Yeah.
Kiwi's now
Was
here.
and that was during last summer.
If the
last summer
prosecution,
around there.
if the prosecution may request that the evidence, child, the evidence from last year shouldn't be admissible, as it's kind of a waste of time.
Well, I do feel like it touches many
think the only
points in
crime
how
here is whoever
this has
put the
happened
flaps
twice.
But it wasn't on Bob.
I don't think so because you were suing my client Lance for admin abuse, not Wolf.
See, the prosecution wants to
Now,
clarify by saying,
Lance did do a lot of stuff.
I would like
No
to take
offense.
statute of limitations on any evidence from before the servers come back this last time.
yeah, I swear to God.
Swear to
OJ
God.
for a murder that he committed 12 years ago. No.
Oh my god.
I mean, technically, I swear to Christ, kid, take him down. Anyway,
Alright,
moving
well,
on.
I do have. Alright, well, would you like Kiwi's testimony on that?
Holy fucking shit, there's a gun there. Alright, let's get the tech nukes out.
Would you guys like Kiwi's testimony
Where-
on that at least?
We're all
IDC,
dead.
IDC.
Okay.
I don't know what just happened.
The
I
server
believe
crashed.
we've been
I see a dead
OJ'd.
body.
So
We've been-
We've been
Yeah.
ADOS.
before we
Got
had
shot.
this discussion, what was the original point the prosecution was making?
Something about
Well,
last year.
we're trying to talk about. We would like to here, I believe, as the court is not accepting.
I would like Kiwi's input on what happened.
But as we go into Kiwi's input, can the prosecution please go into the testimony provided by Mr. Ark? Therefore, we can get more ground here within the time we have.
Okay.
Hello? Okay. So the prosecution, once we get back on, I feel like everybody just died.
Alright, let me pull up some of my screen.
People got killed outside.
Okay, non-important people.
It's fine.
Yeah, the ping was like at 600 on everybody. Correct?
Okay.
Okay, once the attorneys come back, we can divulge into Ark's testimony.
I would like to.
Can we stop shooting each other? My God.
Alright, that's it. Who's shooting? Who's shooting? Who's shooting?
It's from. Is the pictures, Your Honor, you just posted in the Discord? Is that the ones that are relevant to this case?
I mean, kind of, but
Or are they the old ones?
yeah.
Okay, if the prosecution may move on to Ark's testimony, so we can get to a point here. One of the prosecution has brought up that Lance has F6 items, especially during the prison raid, before and after that.
Okay,
Ark's
okay, I like
Actually, it was the
and the
it was
ping.
the raid on TFD base.
But this also includes before and after, and we've all DC'd once again. This is fantastic.
I'm alive, fool.
Hey, I blame OJ. So
Yeah, I'm still here.
I blame the laptop this was run off of. For like,
I blame the Chinese, as usual.
yeah, they probably put this together, so.
Yeah. I mean, cheap labor. What? Anyway.
You got to blame the North Korean. Okay, who's playing that cancer music?
Turn that crap off. Music?
You're gonna freaking start saying that Billy Joel is crap?
Well,
Fight me.
Lance likes anime songs. I don't know what he's into. I don't mind Billy Joel, but
K-pop?
this is a courtroom.
Is it K-pop?
K-pop. I think that's what it's called. Anyway,
Is that even pronounced?
okay,
Any-
can we quickly hurry up and move into stuff before Glory takes 15 minutes? Anyway.
Ton of shit going on, which I couldn't do my job because people were asking for help. And it was just me and Lance on. I was repairing, and I was trying to help, but at the same time, all this was going on, which was preventing me to help any of the civilians going on. And so I had multiple screenshots of people in chat saying the server sucks, super laggy, and how they were getting KOS, but no one could do anything because both admins were neck to neck with each other. Which I feel like if that's happening, I feel like we should focus more on the server and their players rather than ourselves. I feel like we need to get our civilian count up and everything, and that's exactly what.
Good answer.
the
Good
opposite
answer.
of what happened.
So does the defense want to do something now?
Well, I was actually also gonna call Anthony Baker as a witness, but
You're welcome to.
Well, you kind of already asked him everything I was gonna ask him. I was going to ask Anthony, is it true or ladder? Is that true?
Yes.
And he also spawned a Fury during his raid on the prison to Fremont.
Yes.
Is that true? All right, that was
No, on the TFD base raid, which also was not announced. It was more of a battle.
All right. So, I also, in regards to the public screenshots you at least put on, I checked all those, and I think it would be easy for anyone to do the same. It only took me about 20 minutes. And that was pre the whole argument we had over screenshots. That was a few hours before that. So I don't know if you added more or not.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, we recognize that Lance F6'd a ladder.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But specifically to F6ing a ladder, Mr. Baker, you told me that the founder of TFD, also F6'd their beds, did he not?
He did, but I told him to put him right back, but he did.
No,
And no one was killed during the F16.
let the prosecution show that we are prosecuting Lance, not Fighter. Thank you.
I know, I'm just...
Oh, and Fighter isn't the founder. But, okay.
Alright, so, the reason I brought up and asked if that was true about Fighter, the reason I asked that was... somebody stopped the shooting.
Second.
I DC'd. This is fucking fantastic.
DC2.
Ooh, I survived the bullet.
So, this is, I think this would make, this
Can
is
we
a
sit
press,
on,
yeah, I'm missing
chairs,
too.
please?
guys, this is a press conference at this rate.
So, I was gonna say... I mentioned that fighter F6 are bad was to make a point at large about yes, and if we hadn't all just DC'd, I would have called Lance as a witness to confirm that he did that.
But can the prosecution ask Garrett Green a question? Has Fighter or any other TFD member threatened to use charges to take out faction bases? They didn't do what he said. Is there any other leader that you can...
Let me think about this.
I think it's a yes or no here. Charges on faction bases in the past.
When did this occur?
This occurred.
When in the past?
Mr. Baker provided this. We have written this down in our case. You're welcome to look at it. And Mr. Baker will provide more detail on that, but I'm asking Garrett Green a question that does he know any other faction leaders that have done that type of action?
No.
I want the whole courtroom to slowly turn to me. Hello. Yes.
Okay, specifically TFD. Do you know for sure? Do you know?
Well,
Yes or no? Come on here.
let me think about it.
Please.
Now, moving on.
I'd like to call
Well,
Thunder.
with all due respect, Glory is internal affairs, yet there's been no investigation into the king or I, so...
That you know.
No, why would somebody
I'm
I'd
investigate?
like
scared
to
of
say
internal
there's no investigation that you know of. So, now, as I was going to say, yes, you guys need to be quiet.
I'm sorry. Continue,
What
please. I'm sorry.
Yes, my client admits to F6ing the ladder.
Thank you, Jesus.
But honestly, on the server, from my memory,
Mm-hmm.
has at least made bad choices or mistakes in the past. I'm dehydrated. to death.
Oh, what's new?
Uh,
I'm sorry.
Every single admin on this server has made, I don't want to say similar mistakes, but they have made bad choices.
Do you have any
And
evidence?
Some were even more worse, but they didn't get any unadminship. So I'm questioning whether F6ing a ladder and spawning a
Okay.
Fury any worse than all the stuff.
Well, see, now that we have a judicial system, Glory, we can crack down on these things. What we're doing right now is we're cracking down on Lance. So that's what we're focusing on here, Glory. We are totally
What
welcome
I'm
to look at
saying
the
is-
past. But as George Bush once said,
Point out
yes.
that
the past is
I would
over.
just like to point
The
out to
past
Your
is
Honor
over. The
that
past
if
is over.
every admin has committed almost as bad at this, including Our Majesty himself, and Karran, and probably Anthony Baker, although I didn't know him when... Were you admin during, before Summerbush? Okay. Every single admin has committed these crimes,
I didn't realize we're teaching a history course here.
but similar crimes. So I would like to point out that if my client is going to be unadmin for making a ladder move and for spawning a Fury, Ron and Music Man should have been unadmin for bombing
It's current.
the TFF base. I was standing next to Music Man when we looked into Atomic's house on some other map. I don't remember which it is. Hey, look, Music's F6ing the ladder.
That's great, but I think...
To Atomic's house and found a Mark II. And if you think a Mark II is worse than a Fury, or isn't as bad as a Fury, I'd call you out on that.
Okay.
I have
My
photos of
client
myself
is going-
spawning a Mark II the day the server returned.
But now, Glory, I just want to say,
My client
we have a
will be
judicial system. We have a judicial
For
system.
turning-
We can
for
crack
moving
down on this.
A ladder and for spawning a Fury, then you're right. You're
We're
absolutely
not talking
right.
about the Fury. We're not talking about the Fury.
If
Our
we're
next
cracking
point.
down on this, I call if my client is unadmin today, since obviously we should crack down on this. We haven't in the past, and we should, and that this court case they're both to prove that we should crack down on this. So I call for the immediate unadminship of every admin in this room.
So you're welcome to sue him, Glory. You can do all the paperwork you
Including
want.
my client.
You can do what you want, my friend.
I make my
Next point.
decision already.
Yeah, honestly, at this rate, we just want to include that Lance has always been in God. I've been a witness to this. Baker's been a witness to this. Mm-hmm. Gory, where's your evidence? You don't need evidence.
Alright, hold on.
The point being, you don't need evidence. You don't need the evidence. Gory, if you want to put everyone on trial, you're welcome to. But we're focusing on Lance. So the prosecution just wants to restate its claims and move to a verdict to get this thing over with.
Come and get me!
Obviously, you are not listening, so I would like to say one more thing.
Clearly, I'm
Yes,
listening because I've been sitting here for 20 minutes.
We are prosecuting Lance, but I don't think it's very fair for the server that if he has done two things, or even if he has done anything, that I don't think Lance, I would like to ask, will you admit that you spawned a Fury and F6 Atlantis?
Yes, I would.
He's admitting that.
Great.
And probably most admins wouldn't want to admit that.
But I haven't once yet seen with my own eyes Lance do it. Not saying he hasn't, but I feel like he could do a better job of that.
Well, I think the same can be said for all admins because, I mean, I'm not an admin, but I remember just the other day I spent... Actually, no. I would like to confirm with myself, Lance and I worked together to... We took this random... we found a random who had just joined, and we wanted to make him a part of the community. So we did this whole thing of where we got money, and we would pay him for jobs he would do, just so he could feel a part of the community and he would stay longer. And Lance helped. I couldn't have done that without my client Lance being there and helping me.
Someone get this.
Did you ask any other admin?
I don't think any other admins were on the time.
This prosecution lawyer would like to agree with the defense that you have to look at that side of all adminship, but if that case, if that verdict's going to be reached of not guilty, then from now on we should crack down on every single admin who does this. Even guilty.
I agree.
I
agree with Gory very much. But with the judicial system to start cracking down. Because we can't keep having this.
Come and get me.
So, what's the verdict?
Well, I said it earlier.
Oh, I
I
don't
think
think...
Fighter's the only one that read it, so.
Rip.
I'm pretty
Spider,
sure
what's the
you're supposed to
verdict?
wait till the thing's actually over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a point.
Wait, where is Bob?
I just arrested Mark and City.
Oh.
We have another court case.
So
Um,
I think the verdict that Bob gave was that Lance is on probation for a week.
Okay, the prosecution will gladly take that.
Yes.
Since it's the verdict, I will accept it as well, since Bob's the owner, and it's his verdict. However, I would like to ask, can I discuss the exact terms of the probation?
Can this attorney as well discuss it bipartisan?
Yeah. Yeah, but we can do that after the trial.
Sounds good.
Everyone else is left.
Alright, so what is the, Alright, well, message me what it means. I need to go.
Do you know,
Start a term to this probation.
you guys know what parole is?
Yes. You don't
Talk
leave
to me
the
after.
Okay,
same place.
I will-
Can everyone leave who is not involved in the discussion of probation?
Alright, message me everything that has been said. now.
Bailiff, can we get our weapons back from the wall, please?
I didn't even make you.
Awesome.
Down.
Great. Okay, so that's over. Do.
I made the fight.
Okay. Probation.
I can't find my chainsaw or my maple strike.
Maple Strike.
What the?
What? What?
Can we?
There's not a terrorist attack on here.
Hello.
Oh, I have that.
Well, there's your Maple Strike, Ferrari.
Oh, that,
No, that's not beta.
Yeah, that's beta.
can I get my chainsaw, please? Can somebody spawn me a chainsaw? Wait, has the hole in the ceiling always been there?
No.
No. Okay, let's go to a Discord and we can do a separate one so we can discuss probation. I don't know. All right,
Outside.
Just gonna show this.
Corey, would you like to go to BRC Discord?
I want like.
Okay. We have fake news. It's Music Man. Who do you think it is? Piece of crap.
I think it's Bob.
Oh, it's Music Man.
I think it's iBot.
Like being in a PowerPoint.
Hey, PowerPoints are pretty good.
PowerPoint.
Yeah, I prefer Google Slides.
You know what's even better than Google? Bing!
No.
So what are the terms?
Fighter, that means you.
No fighter can stay because he's part of this.
Wait, he
Was
is?
music recording that trial at all?
Yeah. How long was that?
Fighter, the
That's-
lawyers, and Lance.
I have no idea how long the video is until I check it. I don't know.
Sir,
like
who's
40
bouncers?
minutes.
I mean, hey, we wanted a proper trial, we got one.
What are the terms of the probation?
Yeah,
That's
we...
what we're discussing.
Can we copy what OJ got for probation? I think that'd be a great example.
Didn't you get like
Get off the
house
roof.
arrest
So, well, cause like, is
Get
it?
off the roof.
Okay, so the terms are he's not allowed in TFD territory even if they give him permission for the week.
What else?
And Eden's is okay.
Okay, not allowed in TFD territory. What else?
If he is caught with any sort of explosives,
I just gunned somebody down on the roof, FYI.
or will be
Can one of you gun down my client to make sure he has no explosives on him?
Oh, I just gunned down somebody on the roof. He has a grenade, though.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh,
Rip.
well,
You
ma-
can even-
maybe
I wasn't even
down
doing
the roof.
any of that.
Good, he was down
I
there.
just
Yeah,
followed
he
music
did
up
get
there.
off the roof.
Okay, then he goes
I just
back.
followed music up there.
So,
I just
so
spawned in
just
TF
no
TFD
explosives and no
territory.
going to TFD? Yeah,
Boy,
what
if you
if you die?
spawn there, you're not going to get in trouble for that.
Okay, pretty simple.
Hmm.
What's the punishment if he crosses in TFD territory?
Oh my god.
So you
Well,
never
just
said
the cr-
if he was
Well, just the
innocent.
crossing TFD can kill him instantly, but all the other stuff.
Hmm.
There's a choice of that would kill everybody else.
Using God.
Oh, can we have the discussion about the other thing now?
How
No,
about
we're not doing that thing now. We're not doing that.
Decided.
So, when we're switching to Germany, like,
Entertain.
Liquidus needs to actually, like, host the server before we can even...
He's busy with his girl, it looks like, so we'll leave him to it.
No, it's with work, Karran.
Oh,
Alright,
a good answer.
Who died?
Anyways,
Somebody died.
would everyone like to say, wow.
Fighter is the parole officer, by the way.
objection. How often is Spider on the server?
That's not even Mark's bouncer, is it?
Does it really matter?
No.
Because the parole officer I can't do anything.
No, good point. Wait, can't we get a non-bot, like...
Fighter.
No, but Fighter's the leader of TFP.
Or who's Coast Guard Helly's out front?
Hmm.
Break my leg. Oh wait, I did.
Mark,
Alright,
why
I'm
does your
gonna-
mic sound like a whale giving
Oh,
birth?
Lisa, are you gonna unmute everybody now?
Yes, we'll unmute everyone. I don't know how to end.
Is it really Mike?
Oh, I'm dehydrating. I'm playing a gory. Can I get a heal?
We'll end it with Allahu Akbar.
Okay, I'm going back to
Thank
my
you.
university if anybody needs it.
Can you set my Steam?
Objection. There are no such thing as streaming.